Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined by Dave Henderson, the District Director for Congressman Greg Walden. Dave, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Craig.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
All right, so tell us, what does the District Director for Congressman Walden do?
Well, I'm really here to work with the residents of the congressional district and to share their concerns with the congressman and to work with him to make sure that he's getting around and seeing all the folks that he needs to see when he's here. He's made 432 round trips since being elected to the Congress, so he's in the district virtually every weekend. And my job is to work with him to maximize the effectiveness of that time that he gets to spend here.
And what is the area Congressman Walden represents?
It's actually one of the largest congressional districts in the entire country, larger than any state east of the Mississippi. And it starts here in the Rogue Valley and goes all the way to the Idaho border, all the way up to the Columbia River. So it goes over and picks up Wallowa County and then comes all the way down the Columbia to Hood River County and has all of Central Oregon too.
That's a pretty big area. Do you work that whole area?
It's a huge area, and yes, I'm working the entire area. And spending a lot of time here in the Rogue Valley, spending a lot of time in other parts of the district to just make sure that everyone in the district has a chance to share their thoughts and concerns.
Sure, okay. And what would you say, I know it's only been a few weeks, but what would you say is the toughest part of your job?
I think the toughest part of the job is probably just getting to know all of the issues that are facing the congressman. It's kind of like drinking from a fire hose right now because there are issues of creating jobs, there's issues of having healthy forests, there's just such a myriad of issues facing the Congress right now that trying to get a grasp of all those is quite a challenge.
What is the one thing you wish people understood about Congressman Walden's job?
I think if they understood the time commitment that it takes for him to do this job, they would be surprised and amazed because traveling across the country as he does to be in Washington for those critical votes, but wanting to be here in the district to meet with people and talk about what he can be doing to help them create jobs and fight through government regulation and just deal with all the things that the government is involved in. It's a tremendous challenge. He spends a lot of time on an airplane and then spends a lot of time traveling all over this large district.
All right, fascinating. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Much more with Dave in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Dave Henderson, the District Director for Congressman Greg Walden. Dave, what is the role of the district office?
Well, we actually get to work on a lot of casework for constituents in the district. If somebody's having a problem with the government, if they're not getting their veterans benefits, their Social Security benefits, if they're having any kind of problem with government red tape, we've got experts in all those fields who can sit down with the person who's having the problem, talk through it with them, give them some pointers, and then we can actually intervene with agencies and with departments and see if there's something that we can do to help cut through that red tape to make sure that the citizen is getting the benefit to which they're entitled, or if they're trying to get their small business going, there may be some things that we can do to work with them to encourage the growth of jobs in that small business. So we get to work with folks in all sorts of walks of life, and it's very rewarding, and it's something that Greg, the congressman, is absolutely committed to because he knows that the federal government is this huge organization that nobody can get their hands around, and sometimes it just takes an advocate like Greg to make something happen for a person. So he's happy to step in and help folks out.
That's fascinating. All right. Well, I know, as I understand, you and Congressman Walden have known each other for a long time. Tell us how you got to know each other.
Well, we go back 32 years when we actually worked on a congressional campaign together in 1980. And I like to say we were probably violating child labor laws at that time because we were so young, but we actually weren't. We were working on that campaign together, and then we worked in the congressional office together, and I had the chance to work for Greg when he was at the legislature, working for the folks in Salem. And I've been here for a few weeks now and getting my feet wet in this new position, and really enjoying it. And I think it's a real privilege to be working for Greg.
Yeah, and so you worked for him 32 years ago. You work for him now. How is he changed, or how is he the same after all that time?
I shouldn't say that he's got less hair, but that's probably one thing that you would notice, and he's a little grayer. But I think he's learned so much, and he's in such a critical position right now to help folks out with chairing the subcommittee on telecommunications of the Energy and Commerce Committee. He's made great strides for the state of Oregon, and I think he just wants to continue doing that.
Dave, pleasure to meet you. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.